I mean, they're just saying it's okay to be a dad bod. Just buy this shirt so you don't look like you have a dad bod. How about you just put the cheeseburger down, stop eating your bonbons, eat some protein, go to the gym, and not have a dad bod? Hey, welcome back to the video, guys. I am, I went and recently spoke at the local high school to some young men and, good kids. I really do think they're good kids, but I've been seeing this situation happen over and over and over. And John and I, my business partner, Johnny Slicks, talk about it all the time. He thinks that that the posture and the way that people carry themselves is indicative of the way the clothes that they wear. And I have to agree a little bit because there's this, I don't know, what's with the pajama bottoms? Why do we got young men? And now I'm going to dime him out. There's a young man that works for us and he walks in, he literally wore flannel pajama bottoms. And I said, Joey, sorry. Are we really doing this? 20-something years old, and we're carrying this over from high school. And it's funny and it's a joke, but the reality is you've got overweight dudes wearing tank tops on planes and sweating, and I can smell their armpits. And it's like we don't have this self-care, confidence, the way we look, the way we carry ourselves, the way that we want other people to look at us. And it just baffles me because I don't know if it's because I, grew up poor and I didn't have stuff and, I got crappy clothes and, now that I always wanted to have nice clothes and I always wanted to look a certain way. But I tell you what, man, it's crazy. And I think that what it does is it does create this spiraling circle of low confidence and low self-esteem, and you give in to more comfort because of that. If you look at the way men were back in the 60s, men like my grandfather, I remember my grandfather till the day he died, he was like bedridden for probably about 3 or 4 years before he died. But even then he would wear button-up shirts. He was laying there wearing a button-up shirt and slacks. And I remember he would wear suits. The only thing I ever saw him in was a suit. That's it. If he woke up, as soon as he woke up, he got ready and he put on his slacks and he put on his button-up shirt and he had a coat or a tie. That's what he wore. And men had posture. They stood up straight. They carried themselves away. They interacted with other men and the community a certain way. They had confidence. And these are people that he was a carpenter. He barely spoke any English, and he was a carpenter from Greece. And he would still walk into a business, and he had this confidence about him. I mean, obviously he had confidence because he came to this country not speaking any English and not barely any money to his name, with 2 kids, and a wife. Those guys that did that back in the day, like balls, you need a wheelbarrow to carry their balls around with them. So what happened? How did we go from men in suits to today where we're wearing pajama bottoms and tank tops on plane and whatnot? And you look at men overall, and they're not more confident. They're insecure. They're living a life of quiet desperation. And I'm not saying that the clothes that they wear are the cause of it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a vicious cycle keeping that in there, because if I put somebody in form-fitting clothes and they're overweight and they're not feeling good, how do you think that makes you feel? You're like, oh God, you're uncomfortable, right? You're pulling at your shirt. I know that when I was 240 pounds, I wore bigger stuff and I didn't like my love handles sticking out of my shirt, and my fat rolls hanging over my jeans, but I got it in check. And it's just easier to roll out of bed. And that's what happened. These guys are waking up, they're rolling out of bed, and they're just starting their day. I was just up in New York doing something, and I walked around. I was like, everybody up here looks like they just rolled out of bed and walked outside and went to work. And then we have ads to some company. You're seeing it right here. We'll probably play a clip of it. I mean, they're just saying it's okay to be a dad bod. Just buy this shirt so you don't look like you have a dad bod. How about you just put the fucking cheeseburger down, stop eating your bonbons, eat some protein, go to the gym, and not have a dad bod? I'd rather have a father figure than a dad bod. So anyways, my point to all this, guys, is your confidence somewhere, like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? So something has to come first. So start dressing. And I'm not saying you have to put a suit on. That's not what I'm saying. If you look at the most successful people in the world, they're kicking it in Vans and jeans and t-shirts. I kick it in, I don't wear Vans anymore, like the wide toe shoe, but nonetheless, I wear, some comfortable shit, but I wear some American made, origin made jeans, nice fitting jeans. I like my t-shirts that fit, not big, huge, baggy t-shirts. You know, I wash myself with Johnny Slicks Beast Wash, as should you. Shameless plug there. I style my hair with some Johnny Slicks pomade, some water-based pomade, maybe oil-based every now and then. But man, I feel more confident, and I eat right, and I don't wear sloppy shit. Because you know what? When I wear sloppy shit and I'm flopping around here in some sweats and a oversized tee, which I don't do, but I have done in the past, I feel sloppy. I feel, you know, like I'm in pajamas. And you're going to carry yourself that way. So if you want to feel better, wear clothes that fit you. If they don't fit you the way they want, take action. Stop putting a Band-Aid on it and treat the freaking symptom. We need more of you men, more of you young men to start giving a shit. Because nobody's going to give a shit until you start giving a shit. Nobody's going to give a shit about you more than you. And if you're, I don't care how old, if you're a young man, if you're my age, and you're not confident, and you're wearing the baggy shit, and you're wearing the classic tee shit, whatever that is, true classic. If you're wearing the Dadbod tee, instead get a nice classic fit tee. You know, show off the guns. If you don't have them, go build them. And I guarantee, if you go to the gym, you start wearing clothes that fit you, that make you look nice. You go to the gym, you start eating some protein, you start watching what you eat, roll your shoulders back, and you carry yourself a certain way, and you communicate a certain way. In 30 days, you're going to feel more confident. And watch how that confidence inspires everyone around you. Watch how that confidence transforms your life. And people are going to be like, oh, you changed. What's going on with you? Go to the gym for 30 days, see what happens. Start wearing clothes that fit you in 30 days and see what happens. 60 days, 90 days. You won't even recognize. And I love posting these things I love posting my old sloppy fat photos when I let myself go after a couple years of getting out, because it reminds me of how that dude felt, how depressed, how sad, and how just anxious he was, and how frustrated it was. And now how I feel today, how I get my hormones in check, how I eat a whole food diet, prioritize my protein, how I do jujitsu 4 or 5 times a week, how I lift weights 3-4 times a week, go on walks, I spend time in the sun. Fucking life is rad, man. It's rad. Stop hiding in your fucking mom's basement wearing flannel pajama bottoms and tank tops on planes. Anyways, I digress. You get my point, guys. But it really does bother me, because I do see this lack of confidence in men. I do see this degradation of self. And I think that's just one aspect of many that's causing it. So guys, wake up, wash your damn face. Throw some Johnny Slicks in your hair. Bathe your ass with Johnny Slicks Beast Wash. Throw some American-made jeans on from Origin. And go live a rad fucking life. Peace.